What was the positions of Africans in Tudor society? You might guess pretty peripheral. Slaves or people to be ogled because they were unusual. This is the assumption that were brought over as bully. Well, not so. According to a new book, Blackamoores, Africans in Tudor England, Their Presence, Status and Origins, is a book by writer and author Onyeka Nubu, who joins me now on the line. Hi, Onyeka. How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, hello.
Good. Tell us about Black Tudors, the story that you capture in your book.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I'm just bearing on and carrying on from your introduction is that we're talking of a period in time of English history from 1485 to 1603, so it's over 400 years ago. And this is important contextually, because we're talking about a period when England was England, not Britain, and the British Empire had not been established. And England was a relatively small country that had not yet united with Scotland, and was on the periphery of European affairs. This is very important for our understanding of what status Africans would have in this country, bearing in mind its own status and position. These first sets of Africans who came, first of all came through the marriage of Catherine of Aragon to Henry VII's son, Henry, who later became Henry VIII. Now, Catherine of Aragon was living in a country where there was a large and strong African presence, often referred to as Moors. And some of these Africans had their own independent African kingdoms. So that when Catherine came in 1501, she was coming from a multicultural and multiracial country, and she brought those Africans with her because she was coming from a multicultural and multiracial country. One of those Africans, for example, was Catalina de Cardenas, referred to in English records as such, and married to another Moorish person called Ovidio. And Catalina came with Catherine and spent 27 years in this country as part of Catherine's entourage. But it wasn't just Catherine. There was other people like John Blank, who appears on the Westminster Tournament Roll of 1511. His face and image is quite prominent, and he is seen playing his trumpet. And he was part of the King's musicians, which gave recognition to the birth of the first child of Catherine and Henry, who later died.
Wow.
There are other Africans, of course.
Wow. Yeah, and it seems there were very many. I mean, Queen Elizabeth I described the presence of black people as being in great numbers in a letter she wrote in 1596. And This is all captured in your book, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, it's often misunderstood. There were three documents. One letter written on the 11th of December 1596, another one written on the 18th of December 1596, and a proclamation written in 1601. Often they are mistakenly referred to as being written by Elizabeth. In fact, they weren't. They were written by English merchants who attempted to make profit from the presence of Africans. But these documents didn't work, and Africans weren't deported or expelled or treated as slaves, as the documents attempted to do. In fact, the integration of Africans in Tudor society made it very, very difficult for them to be treated as slaves. And that's the very interesting thing about it.
Well, I wouldn't want you to give the whole story away because we've got to read your book. Tell us how we can find your book. It's called Blackamoores. Did I say that right?
Yes, Blackamoores.
Okay, go ahead.
Blackamoores, the present status and origins of Africans in Tudor England.
And how can we find that?
And you can find it on Amazon. It's available in good bookshops. And it's a very important read because it helps you to see contextually that Africans certainly didn't arrive on the Empire Windrush and certainly have been here for hundreds of years. And if people are telling you that Africans haven't been here for hundreds of years, they're telling you a lie. Africans have been here for a very, 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 very long time and will be here for a very, very long time in the future.
Onyeka, thank you very much for joining me this evening.
Thank you.